The 23rd lesson of the Keys for Kids Ministry series is Father and Mother. This is the 5th lesson about the 10 Commandments. This particular reading teaches about the 5th commandment. Honor your father and mother. What did you guys do yesterday? Asked Mark when he and his friends gathered for Sunday school. My dad made me help him paint our basement, grumbled Griffin. What a bummer that was, and I told him so, too. I wanted to play football. Well, my dad told me to clean out the garage, said Diego. Most of the stuff is his, so I told him to do it himself. Besides, I wanted to go to the movies with my neighbor. Sam chimed in. Helen and Greg made me wash their car. I told them I wasn't the one who got it dirty, but of course that didn't matter. The others laughed. Sam, how do you get away with calling your parents by their first names? Asked Mark. I'd get grounded for sure if I tried that. Sam grinned. Are you kidding? I never say that to their faces. I have to call them father and mother at home, he explained. Can you believe that? At the sound of a buzzer, Mr. Brock called the class to order. He looked very solemn. How many of you know the 10 Commandments? He asked. Most of the hands went up, and at Mr. Brock's nod, Mark recited them rapidly. Good, said Mr. Brock. Now how many of you realize that some of you broke one of those commandments today? This time only one hand went up. The 5th commandment says to honor your father and mother, Mr. Brock said. Think about your conversation a few minutes ago. The boys looked embarrassed. We didn't mean anything by what we said, stuttered Griffin. No, said Mark. I mean, we love our parents and everything. I'm sure you really do, said Mr. Brock, but some of you were thoughtless and disrespectful. He looked around the class. I have an assignment for you, he said. I want you to concentrate this week on putting the 5th commandment into practice. We'll talk about it again next Sunday, and you can tell me what changes you made in your attitudes, words, and actions regarding your parents. Solemnly, the boys nodded. Do you show honor and respect to your parents when you're away from them, as well as when you're with them? Do you obey them? Do you show respect when you speak to them or about them? Or do you call them the old man or old lady or some other disrespectful name behind their backs? If so, you're guilty of breaking the 5th commandment. Ask God to forgive you and to help you truly honor your parents. I think this is a commandment all of us have broken, especially as kids. And it certainly is important to love, respect, and obey our parents because they take care of us, they raise us, they give us everything we need, and plus they give us many special gifts and other things we want. And I totally agree that calling your parents by their first names is incredibly rude, as is calling them some bad name like, the old lady or old man. That's just very disrespectful. You may not always agree with your parents, and I can totally understand that. And that sometimes you have to do things for them that you don't want to do. But it's always good to help your parents out and show that you're thankful for them, regardless of how you are feeling. Honor your parents. The key verse is honor your father and your mother, Exodus 20:12. You can also read Ephesians 6:2-3. Thank you very much for listening to this lesson, and please share in the name of God. Amen.